Hey, welcome to 301 Row. My name is Ken Dunn, and I'm the proprietor here at this beautiful fine dining French restaurant. Well, not quite yet. Listen, I wanted to do a quick video with everybody and just share a little bit more information about the renovations and everything we're going to be doing here. As everybody knows, I made an announcement last week that the Town of Whitby has given us our building permits to start transforming this historic property, the original Mayor of Whitby's house, James Rowe's residence. Now, for those that really don't understand the history of this house, originally this house was located in the center of the town of Whitby. About 20 years ago, they moved it down to one of the most iconic locations in the entire area, right on the Whitby waterfront. And the town's plan is that 301 Row is going to become the center of this unbelievable development plan they have for the Whitby waterfront. And we are so proud, as a long-standing Whitby resident, to be the proprietors of this establishment and the people that are going to turn this into what it's going to be. When I announced that the town issued the building permits for the process, we were overwhelmed by unbelievable feedback and well wishes from people all over Ontario. And I wanted to thank everybody for it. But today what I'd like to do is I'd like to take you on a little tour of the property. I want to show you what Mr. Rowe's house looks like now. And as we're walking through, I'm going to describe to you what we're actually going to do with the restaurant. And you're going to see artist renderings of what it's going to look like when it's finished. The last thing I want to tell you before we get started is if you'd like to keep up to date with us with how renovations are going and what we're doing in this process, I'm going to put a link to the restaurant's website right in the comments, the first comment of this video and in the notes. Go ahead and click on that link and join our email list. We're going to send out monthly updates via email to everybody who's interested in seeing how the project's coming. And from everybody that joins the email list, we are going to select 8 local residents that are going to join me for the first dinner. When we open the restaurant, we're going to do a big draw here on the patio the week before, and 8 lucky Whitby residents are going to get a chance to come and have dinner on me and help us celebrate the opening of the restaurant. Hi, my name's Ken Dunn, and I am the lead developer and the mastermind behind the Cottage Dream Vacations business. At Cottage Dream Vacations, we're building a brand of luxury hotels and resorts right across Canada and maybe even other parts of the world. In this video series, I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I'm going to introduce you to the key players that are going to run the resorts. I'm going to help you to understand how I find these properties, how I raise the money for these properties, how I pick the teams that are going to build the resorts for us, and most importantly, how I get to enjoy the properties when they're done. Hey, if you're interested in vacationing at luxury properties, or if you're a real estate developer that wants to get into developing projects like this yourself, then come on this video journey with me and let's learn this stuff together. Let's go on inside and take a look around. So there's going to be a lot of work that's done here. One of the most important things that I want you to know is that we're not going to do anything to disturb this house. It's a historic landmark, and it was really important for us as we were doing things to make sure that the integrity of this beautiful property stays intact as we're doing it. So all of the transformations we make, all of the new decorations, all of the new boards on the walls and the ceilings and everything we're gonna do, it's gonna be laid on top of the existing materials. We're not gonna be damaging or hurting anything, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So this is going to be a fine dining French restaurant. In fact, it might become one of the most significant French restaurants in the entire GTA. So we had to look at what does a 5-star caliber French restaurant have in it as part of the changes we're making. So this is going to be the main entrance that everybody's going to come in. But when they come into the restaurant, the first thing they're going to do is come into this room. Now, this room is where the check-in's going to be. We're going to have a beautiful hostess stand right here. And inside of this room is going to be kind of the waiting area where you're going to wait for your dinner reservations. Or if you want to come down for a quick little bistro dinner, there'll be little 2-person tables in this room. As part of this, right where the trussway is here, we're going to be installing a beautiful bar and a boulangerie counter. And I'll explain why that is in a second. On the other side of this opening is where the bar is going to be, and also where all of the dishwashing equipment's going to be. Now, For the restaurant itself, you'll notice there's a door here on the side. Well, we're gonna turn this into a two-part door so that when drinks are ordered in the restaurant, they'll be served right here on this counter. And this will become the center point of the welcome experience for the restaurant. Now, there's one more thing that I wanna show you. So come on back here with me for a second. This is fine dining, French restaurant, right? And we needed a coat room, and we wanted to figure out how to do this so it wouldn't impede any of the way the house exists. So I need you to come into this room for a second. This will be one of the dining rooms. When the restaurant opens, there's gonna be a little room added here. So we're gonna put a wall in that basically comes across here and comes all the way out to here, transforming this door into a coat room. So there'll be a coat room here for everybody to enjoy. Now let's go on a tour of the restaurant. Come with me. Let's go into the main dining room. We're gonna go down this way here. So this obviously is the main dining room of the restaurant. It'll seat about 30 people comfortably when we get in here. Along the back wall is gonna be a wine cellar that we're gonna install in there. And then over here in the corner is gonna be a workstation. Now, one of the things that's very interesting about what we had to figure out here, we had to figure out where can we put a kitchen. The kitchen is gonna be in the basement. So we're literally gonna have a dumbwaiter system that brings the food up to the main floor and up to the second floor. So this is an all enclosed area, and you can see by the artist renderings you're seeing right now how beautiful that's gonna be. And then if we turn around here, this is the room we were just in with the coat closet. We're gonna have room for another 10 to 15 people in this room here. All right, let's go upstairs for a second. Now, James Rowe's house had 3 bedrooms in it. And so we're gonna turn these 3 bedrooms into more dining area, but specialty dining area. Inside of this room here, this is where the dumbwaiter is gonna come up to the 3rd floor. And this space here, we're turning it into bathrooms. So we're gonna have bathrooms up here on this floor for our guests. And then there'll be enough room for about 4 or 6 tables in this room. Now let me show you about our private meeting spaces. You're gonna love this. If there's anybody that ever wants to come and have a special event, like a birthday party or an anniversary party, you're gonna have the ability to actually rent an entire room. So this room is gonna be set up so it will literally hold about 20 people for a dinner. There'll be individual tables, but the tables will be able to be linked together so it can be one grand table. We can even accommodate meetings if people want to have meetings and a meal at the same time in here. And in the same room over here, same thing with this room. It'll normally be set up for dinner, but if somebody wants to rent this room and do a private function, it will work in here too. My favorite part of this location is what you see when you look out this window here. It's unbelievable how it looks. Beautiful view of the harbor and the lake and everything around it. It's just amazing. All right, we're going down to the basement now. Now, we're gonna do a lot of really neat things down here, so I have to explain this to you in detail. Firstly, you can see where these support walls are here. Well, we're actually gonna put a wall up right down the center so that it creates a hallway, because down in the corner is going to be the bathrooms for our speakeasy that we're gonna have on this level, and I'm super excited about this. Down at the end is the staff room and everything else, and the kitchen is here. Obviously, there's dumbwaiters in the corner, and that's what will take it up to the top floors. Now, one more thing I had to tell you. When we put this idea together, we wanted to do something that was iconic. We wanted to do something that would be a hallmark for luxury, hospitality, and cuisine in this area. And so we also got permission to include a speakeasy. Now, for those that don't know, a speakeasy comes from the 1940s in the United States when there was a prohibition against alcohol. People used to have these secret underground bars that you'd have to use passwords to get into because drinking alcohol was illegal. That has transformed into an international movement where there are speakeasies all over the world. To get into these speakeasies, you have to follow the Instagram accounts, you get the password, and we're gonna do the same thing here. So what's gonna happen when the speakeasy opens, you're gonna have to go to our Instagram account, find the password, then you're gonna come into the restaurant and you're gonna whisper the password into the hostess's or the host's ear, and they're gonna bring you quietly down these stairs here, and there's gonna be an old door on this section, and this is going to be our speakeasy bar. So this is all new. This isn't part of the historic house. So we have the latitude to do more renovations down here, and this is gonna be iconic. So we're gonna take out this wall here and door, and this is where the bar for the Speakeasy is going to be. The Speakeasy is only going to allow about 20 people in here at any one time, but it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna be transported back into the 1940s with clappers, music playing, and lots of really specialty drinks. And one technology enhancement that we're doing that has never been done before in a restaurant. Mr. James Rowe himself is going to show up here every night at 7 p.m. for a pint of beer. You're gonna be able to come and sit down with him. So we're gonna have a table set up in the corner. It's all done through AIs and holographs. And James Rowe is gonna come and sit down in the corner, and you'll be able to sit down and have a drink with him and ask him questions and have a conversation about the life that he lived, the town of Whitby. He'll even give you his opinions on where he thinks Whitby is going today because he's kept up with everything. So we're gonna have the Speakeasy, we're gonna have the main restaurant, and there's one more piece of this puzzle I wanna tell you about. We're gonna have an authentic Paris boulangerie breakfast counter all in the same building.